Hey, mate. Oh, yeah, bro, what's up? So, it's 70%, so we're gonna need a new intro, so, like, new song. Have you worked on anything recently?
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Well, we need something. Like, we can't just go in with nothing.
Well, I have actually released a couple of original songs on my second channel, Nemo V2, which you should go check out right now. I'm really proud of these songs, and I've got some more on the way, but at the moment we have these three.
Are you telling me this entire intro is just a plug for your music?
Yeah, I know.
You're a cockhead.
This song is made on GarageBand for the memes. I stole it from PewDiePie and used it for 10%.
Hello and welcome to 70%. To be honest, guys, I genuinely am surprised that we've even reached this mark. When I made 10%, I genuinely thought this show would last like 3 episodes and then I just forget. Or, you know, COVID would just kill us.
I humbly submit a toast.
And either one, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like, if I just stop uploading, I think that would be a rejoice to the world.
Can you imagine a world without Nemo? Oh.
But all jokes aside, this 10% of the year has kind of been just a bit boring. I mean, some things have happened, and there's been like 2 big things that have happened, but at the same time, it's kind of just like, yeah. Like I said in 60%, that 60% was boring, but nah, this is worse. This is just worse. Anyway, so let's get into this. Our first story. This right here is an Eboy, short for electronic boy. There are 4 main Eboys, although there should be a 5th. And we will only be focusing mainly on this electronic boy here, by the name of I Am Alex.
Alan!
Now, I Am Alex has gotten... Don't look at me like that, Thumper. Now, I Am Alex has gotten a lot of backlash after he's made some questionable comments about some of his friends and other people. He's gotten mainly in trouble for slandering and for calling people out for sexual harassment and pedophilia. Now, it comes clear here where I have to be very careful of what I say because I don't want to be hypocritical and do exactly what Alex is doing. But let's be clear here, Alex does have some air to clear.
Hello everyone, I'm Alex and welcome back to another episode of TLC.
According to Kavos, a commentary YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, Alex has accused multiple of his friends of sexual harassment, including his friend Slavo. And for the sake of me not getting their names confused, I will call them... Yes, I know I got their name confused. I know this is ironic. Shut up. Slavos. He is not the only person that Alex has accused of doing things that are just downright wrong. My throat is getting sore because the hairspray you can't see is in my lungs. And unfortunately, I need lungs to survive. Kavos has started a hashtag on Twitter by the title of Apologize Alex.
Alliteration.
Asking I Am Alex to please apologize to the people he has done such wrong to. You think it's a big ask, but the truth is allegedly Alex has not publicly apologized to anyone he's affected. Apparently, Slavos is a store. It is Slazo. I'm a retard. I do genuinely recommend that you go watch Slazos's I do genuinely recommend that you go watch the interview between the 2 bloody commentary people.
You're not very bright, are you?
Now, I do have to say I would like to talk about the E-Boys here. Now, as somebody who has always been a fan of Nebulous Willity and James Marriott, it is very hard for me to come to terms with maybe they might be involved with some of the wild accusations. This is a shit accent. I'm just dropping it. Screw it. Personally, I think that all the E-Boys are now stuck in a bit of a pickle where they genuinely can't do anything right now. If they stay quiet and be nice to their friend who is a part of their main channel group, like then they're pitched as the bad guys because then they're not owning up to their mistakes along with Alex. But then you've got to understand, I just did the accent by accident, but then you've got to understand that if Will and E. James and Georgian actually ditch Alex and they go off and try to accuse him of all these things, then ironically, they become the hypocrites. He's in trouble of accusing his friends of horrible things. And now, if they accuse their friend of bad things, then they're the hypocrites and they will be pitched. I saw some idiots on Twitter. Now hear me out, you are allowed to like I'm Alex or any other of them. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you need to understand when criticism is valid. I personally don't mind Alex, but I just don't like his actions.
Hi, I'm being attacked by Kavos stands, and I think I might cry. So, if any of yous want to help me out, please shut them up. That would be greatly appreciated.
Ah, fuck, people want justice.
I'm getting attacked.
I'm getting attacked.
I'm getting attacked. I'm misunderstood of the Alex situation. Please help me.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that.
I'm a little bit mad. Okay? There's a lot.
Okay, well, on the topic of sexual assault claims, Tyler Joseph, at the beginning of this 10%, like literally like 3 days after I posted 60%, Tyler Joseph got accused of sexual assault for the lols, I guess.
You start a video chat with somebody you don't even know, and you type in, I did it for the lulz, 3 times.
This person was interested to see the reaction if they were to accuse Tyler Joseph of such a heinous act. And, yeah, and people were very shocked by this. They were like, hold up, that doesn't sound right. Maybe because it isn't. Anyway, a friend of theirs then actually leaked some DMs between that person and them and showed that they were saying, hey, I faked it. And they were like, oh? Man, I'm really feeling generous to ruin some people's lives today. Man, I really just have this urge to run down to a nursing home and just kick some old people, you know. Just right in the knees. Now, I saw some videos by people like Pillow Pilots. It's such a cringe name. But they did show a lot of the evidence that I'm trying to talk about, so acknowledge them. It's kind of low-key funny, because in the end, that person deleted all their socials, and they were like, you're pitching me as the bad guy, but you guys all jumped to say that he was a bad guy. You're the bad guy. It's like, shut up, mate. Just shut up. And I could literally find some bogan who's been on heroin for the last week that has more cognitive functioning than you. And I was slightly annoyed about it. But that's not where 21 Pilots' feud ends this week. So basically, near the end of this 10%, Tyler Joseph got in some hot water again. Now, of course, during times of panic, where Black Lives Matter is massive, when it comes to LGBT movements, is massive, of course, you want celebrities to come out and say what they think, so everyone can go yay, or nay, or bay, or, gay! So Tyler basically stayed silent through most of these movements, and people were starting to get annoyed, and they're like, bro, why aren't you saying anything? Now, that is a fair enough thing to do. Just stay silent. It's easier to do that than, you know, risk having your opinion twisted. So people kept saying to him, hey, use your platforms for something good. And he thought, yes, I'm a father now. Let me make a dad joke. And he posted this to his Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed at this. I did chuckle at this. And I moved on. My life continued. I enjoyed living as a human being on this planet. But other people didn't. Other people got offended. That sentence sums up the entirety of 2020. So basically, Tyler got in a bit of hot water, and by a bit, I mean he was cancelled, about the fact that he had just, you know, completely neglected everything. Now, allegedly, according to a girl from school, apparently the platforms he was wearing in that Twitter post, apparently they were made with slave labor. Can you get those beautiful stars on a shoe that isn't made with a sweatshop? Personally, I think it's not a big deal. I tweeted as well saying, yo mate, if any commentary YouTuber said this, no one would care. And yeah, that's the truth. Like, literally people are overreacting, so that's that. Now, I warn you guys, we're about to enter some very dangerous territory here. So, we might want to cover up, you know, be a bit safe. Because the land of which we are going to is not of which our own. We're about to enter the land of the simps. Now, of course, we all know about Pokimane, who she is, what she's done recently. But a quick sum up, people are like, ew, you're lazy, you just do nothing, and you're hot. And then she's like, no, I'm not hot and people love me just because I'm hot. Look at all my tier 3 simps who are about to attack you for that. So that's basically sparked 2 wars at the same time. The war against commentary YouTubers and Pokimane. And the war against YouTube and Twitch. Now, ironically, basically, Twitch streamers had the argument that they couldn't always be entertaining to their fullest because they had to constantly be making content on a live stream for like 12 hours straight. And then YouTubers said basically, mate, you're acting as if we're not up at 3 AM editing bloody videos for you, cockhead. Pokimane decided to go AFK. And by AFK, I meant she did. She freaked out. She, you know, Roblox oof sound, she reset character, she's dead, guys. Anyway, and everyone expected that just to be her going, yo, I'm leaving, I'm ditching, I'm gonna go to like Disneyland or something, I don't know, man. She actually prepared an apology to be put up on YouTube. And you know what? It actually was a good apology. First off, there were no ads on it, so it wasn't, you know, another cashback. Second off, she did genuinely apologize. It wasn't just some, hey, you guys are bad for hating on me. And also, you know, she wasn't trying to play it up for the camera. Like, there was no, you know, distracting things in the background. She did apologize for, you know, copyright striking and all that. And it seems like she's learned from her mistakes. And hopefully she has, because in the end, that's all we really want. We just want YouTube to be a happier, funner place. Rule Australia. Home videos are now becoming easier to make. They're more accessible, they're more open, they're more fun. The rise of YouTube has sparked a massive, obvious, giant red sign saying, "Fuck off, main media, we're the new bosses in town." That's meant that the mainstream recently has dying out. Like, shows like Supergirl, where they get like 1 million viewers per season. Imagine if they saw a dude in their backyard with like 1 million subs. Or let's go PewDiePie with 100 million subs. He's got so many more, it's outrageous. During the pandemic, it has shown that the mainstream just couldn't keep up. YouTubers were in the best element ever, but mainstream wasn't. All talk shows had to be done from home. Everything was screwed. And in an age where the only people watching mainstream TV these days is boomers, the mainstream has to strike back. And their first target is Australia. Now, from the media's point of view, this is a genius move. But from a moral and ethical point of view, and to anyone whose head is made of marble, this is retarded. So what is happening? Basically, the media are trying to get a law passed in Australia to push their content forward. So basically, this is what they want. First, they want keys to the algorithm. They want the YouTube algorithm to artificially push their videos. This is what effectively they're trying to do. They're trying to say, hey, this is your suggested page, right? Look at all these epic videos. Oh, Corridor Crew? Bro, that's so lit. But instead of that, you'll now just get Victoria records lowest daily count since June 28th. Now, first off, that's already absurd because no one gets that right. Not even YouTubers themselves. Even YouTube have to just hope that their videos get on your suggested. But here's where it gets worse. Not just are they artificially pushing in the line that is YouTube, they're actually gonna take your lunch money too. They want a solid monetization check. Basically, what the media want is they want their videos to 100% of the time get a solid number, a solid check. There was a video on Game Theory a while back talking about how YouTube and Twitch, they're unstable platforms where you don't know if you'll be eating the week that you make a video because your monetization is random. They want a solid check. That means they'll always get the same amount. So once again, it's unfair. So not just are they walking up to the canteen, then also going to the canteen and seeing what they want, they're grabbing it for free. And if that wasn't bad enough, here's the pull of the pin for the grenade that is this law in Australia. I think it was apparently like 60 times what they already make is what they're asking for. Hear me out, that is ridiculous. So, once again, let's go back to our canteen exam. Not just are they budging in line, not just are they getting their food for free, they're also taking your food. Or, not yours specifically, mine. My food. They're taking every Australian YouTuber's food. You better bloody hope that if you're an Australian, that you have some source of income other than YouTube, because you will not survive on this platform if this law gets passed. I will try to see if I can put a petition in the description to get this cancelled. That's ironic seeing this video. But seriously, I kid you not, this will destroy YouTube for Australia. And if we're not careful and then this gets passed and Australia's basically non-existent anymore, bye-bye Eurovision, it was fun having Guy Sebastian there. If this gets passed and then other countries go, hey, that looks like fun, we can try it as well. Boomers will listen to the mainstream on their TVs and hear them say, oh, we just want to, survive in a hard time. And they're gonna go, yay! More Tracy Grimshaw. And they've also pitched YouTube and Google as the bad guys in this whole situation. YouTube and Google came out with things saying, hey, this will seriously destroy us. Like Susan Wagardian Leviosa seriously was freaking out. Like, that's how you know this is serious. Then the media were like, oh, they're scared, they don't want us, this is so unfair, oh, please, we're the victim. And I will literally have to run off and get a job at, like, Aldi. Because I won't be able to. I make a lot of jokes and shit. I make a lot of jokes and stupid things I say, but, genuinely, this is me being genuine for once. I don't have, like, a podcast where I can say this type of thing, so I've got to just do it now. I want to be a creator. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be a comedian. The reason I love Bo Burnham is he's everything I love. I mean, I love other comedians like Carl Barron, and they're great, but Bo's very specific, and it's the exact type of thing I imagine myself doing one day. I've always wanted to be someone like a comedian, but it's terrifying. It's a hard job, and you've got to get it right, otherwise you're screwed. YouTube gave me a chance to be what I want. YouTube gives me and everyone else a chance to be who they want, what they want, when they want. And I've grown a community of over, 1,400 now? Which is more than I could ever expect to see in one theatre down at Avoca or something like that. I will never get that anywhere else. Unless by some fluke, I get a gig one day at a stand-up bar, and they're like, yo, you should go on a world tour. I will never be able to access this type of thing. People from America and Britain know my name because I'm a YouTuber. But that will cease to exist. So, anyway, that's 70%. Anyway, sappiness aside, there's not much else that happened. Oh, and by the way, Leafy got banned off YouTube.